Absolutely.
Well, you know, you also have another book called An Abortion-Free America. And I was curious, do you believe that that is possible? And if so, how do we go about achieving this?
Well, you know, the exciting thing about what we're doing with the pregnancy centers is without a change in the law, we can achieve this. Now, I want a change in the law, and I've devoted a good part of my legal career to seeing Roe reversed and working in the states and the legal end. But we have 3,000 pregnancy centers around the country that are seeing this incredible turnaround rate when they go medical and are implementing ultrasound. Think of this. If we have 1,000 pregnancy help medical clinics using ultrasound, right now there's about 600. If we have 1,000 of them using ultrasound, and they see on the average 1,500 abortion-minded women a year, and that's possible. Now, I don't know in South Bend what it would be, but I know in metropolitan areas, New York, Seattle, Los Angeles. Not that South Bend isn't a metropolitan area.
No.
But 1,000 times 1,500 a year equals 1.5 million, the exact numbers of abortions that we have in this country. And indeed, we're seeing a drop in the abortion rate. Our goal and our vision and our organization is to see this happen. So can we have an abortion-free America? By abortion-free America, we will always have abortion. Right. Until the Lord comes, we're going to have that. But I believe we can have a society where life is respected, where abortion is frowned upon, where a woman considering abortion really sees there are other options. She does not have to undertake that act.
Right. Well, this is also a subject that you tackle in your novel, Destiny's Team. Tell us a little bit more about the story. Give us some insight into the characters.
Oh, yeah. This was the most fun I've ever had. I do a lot of travel, so I decided to put my time on airplanes and in hotel rooms to good use. And I had this idea of a novel, and of course it's the main character is a quarterback from the Seattle Seahawks. I'm from Seattle. And he gets his team into the Super Bowl. The 2-week intervening period between the conference championship game and the Super Bowl, some things begin to unravel in his life. Some ghosts from his past seem to come up. And he discovers there is a child that he was the father of from his girlfriend in college. His girlfriend had died before she could tell him that she gave birth to this child. This child is severely handicapped, dying of an incurable blood disease, very rare blood disease, needs a blood transfusion to even prolong his life. And Jason O'Connor, our hero in the story, is the only, when he finds all this out, he's the only known relative, and the doctors are saying we need someone who's genetically related to save this child's life. So and the other thing is, the blood transfusion is scheduled for the Friday before the Super Bowl. So when he finds out about this, he's got to make a choice. Does he become the blood donor and in essence redeem himself? I get into a lot of the relationship he had with his girlfriend and the sexual relationship and how that just totally destroyed the relationship and created all the chaos that occurs in his life, and then she dies. He has a very incredible dream in chapter 5 of the book that is haunting, where he sees her on the other side of eternity, and he knows something very real is coming up. So he's got this choice to make. Does he take himself out of the Super Bowl and give blood to save his son, or does he ignore that, walk away, and play football?
And don't tell me the end. I have to read it tonight.
We've only got about a minute left, but what do you want people to get out of that novel?
2 things, Chuck. First of all, the theme of redemption and forgiveness. You know, there is no sin that cannot be forgiven. There is nothing in one's past that cannot be forgiven. Today is a new day. God can give you a new day. That's the first thing, just forgiveness. And then I really want people to understand. I interwove you know, the handicapped child and the whole sanctity of life ethic in the book. How we are all made in the image of God, and whether we're handicapped or blind, red, yellow, black, and white, it doesn't matter. God loves us all the same, and we all are precious in His sight. So,
And Kelly, quickly, I just want to note, this is obviously a work of fiction because the Seahawks are in the Super Bowl.
You know, Dean Cosmo, our, you know, production, he's not going to be very happy about that. But, you know, real quick, I know we have to leave, but one thing I also want to point out about the novel that I found very interesting is that you approach abortion from a man's perspective, which I think is kind of rare. We always hear about it from a woman's perspective. From a legal standpoint, does a man have any rights? Zero rights to unborn child. It's totally the woman's choice.
And the great unhidden story about abortion in America is the suffering men around the country who have no place to grieve, no place to go, no place to share, because they're the silent partner in all of this. And the book tries to address that in the context of professional football and the athletes who were involved in it.
Right, and you do a wonderful job of that. There's a lot of other themes and issues in here that are just great. I got to about 3/4 of it, so I'm going to read the end of it tonight. But Thomas, thank you so much for coming and being with us. Great book. Again, you bring some great issues to the forefront, so thanks very much.
Amazon.com.
Amazon, okay.
Amazon.com, they can get the book.
Okay, or you can go onto our website, and you'll find an easy way to link to his website.